Minor identity theft is a really common type of fraud these days. So what happens is the fraudsters are utilizing your child's information, your child's name, your child's social security number, and they'll make up a date of birth that makes it look like your child is actually an adult, so over 18 years of age, and they're obtaining all kinds of credit cards or loans in your child's name. Yet it's going undetected because your kid's not applying for credit and has no reason to check their credit report and probably doesn't even know they have a credit report to begin with. So these fraudsters are getting away with it for years or decades, knowing that no one's watching them. When the fraudster is utilizing your child's information to obtain credit or obtain loans, what they're doing is funding their lifestyle at your kid's expense, on your kid's dime. So these credit cards, what we see are utilized for their everyday transactions, and that actually makes it a little harder to detect by the bank. They have a name, they have a credit card, and they're using it for normal things, but unfortunately, those normal things are not what your child is using a credit for. It's someone else's lifestyle they're funding. Minor fraud, when it's detected, tends to lead to a number of claims against both banks who allow the fraud to occur and reject the fraud upon receipt of disputes, as well as the credit bureaus. Each one of those entities, even though they're similarly situated in terms of like their roles in those types of communities, they're all subject to different consumer protection statutes that say if you, the bank or credit bureau, receive notice that this person was under 18 when these accounts were opened, yet they reject the dispute and say, no, sorry, this is the kid's account, that violates the Fair Credit Reporting Act, as well as a number of state debt collection laws, and entitle a child to compensation for everything they've gone through. Given that minor fraud is so prevalent these days, I recommend that any parent go and put a freeze on their child's credit report. This can be done by going to Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. Go to those websites. They have a specific page that relates to child credit freezes. Put the freeze on there because your child's not going to be applying for credit until they at least reach 18. Once they reach 18, if they want, they can lift the freeze. But having the freeze in place ensures that no fraudster is going to be using your kid's information to get what they want in terms of loans and credit cards. Minor fraud is one of the most undetected types of fraud that's happening right now because the fraudsters know they can go undetected for a period of years. So to avoid it, put the freezes on there. If it does happen before the freeze is input or somehow they get around the freeze, I recommend that you contact Loker Law right away to help you through the dispute process, get those accounts closed out, clean up your child's credit report. So when your child does become an adult and would like to use their credit, they're starting with a blank slate as opposed to being stuck with tens of thousands of dollars worth of fraudulent loans.